Welcome to Integrity Flow Yoga. I'm Meg, and today is day 4 of the Beginner Flow series. Let's go ahead and meet down on our mats in a cross-legged position. You can use a blanket or a towel to lift up your hips so that you can lengthen your spine. And after you get settled, I'm going to go ahead and invite you to close your eyes. Begin to pay attention to the sound of your breath, noticing the natural rise and fall as you inhale and exhale. Let's begin today to think about where we are in our timeline. Maybe in your practice on the mat or in your journey here on earth. There may be things that you feel like you should have accomplished already in your personal life, in your professional life. But today, let's think about accepting and honoring where we are right now. Placing our expectations of ourselves aside and thinking about how we can allow our lives to unfold naturally. Maybe your ideas have come from external resources or friends, family members, maybe the culture. But today I invite you to become curious about the fact that you're right where you're supposed to be. Continue to deepen your breath. Take another inhale. And on your next exhale, go ahead and open your eyes. We are going to do a breathing technique. It's one of the quickest ways to regulate your nervous system. So if you're in a situation where you're feeling unregulated, this is a great one to do in a situation like that. So we're going to inhale through our nose. And on an exhale, you're going to blow out of your mouth like you're blowing out a candle or blowing up a balloon. So let's try that together. Inhale through your nose and blow out through your mouth. Go ahead and do that again. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Inflate your belly on your inhale. And on your exhale, breathe out through your mouth, blow through your mouth, and draw your navel into your spine as you do that. Let's do it one more time. Inhale. Blow out through your mouth. Nice. Now go ahead and just begin to breathe normally. We're going to do some shoulder circles today, starting with the right hand. We're going to bring the right hand forward, up, and around, and back. Now follow your hand with your eyes. That's also going to give you a nice stretch in your neck. Inhale, arm up. Exhale, around and back. Inhale. Exhale, around and back. Again, inhale. Exhale, around and back. And one more time on this side. Inhale. Exhale, release. Now your left hand, your left arm. Inhale. Exhale, around and back, opening up your neck and your shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, around and back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, around and back. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Release. Nice job. Go ahead and place your blanket or towel to the side. And let's come on to all fours in our tabletop position. Go ahead and begin to drop your belly and look forward. And on an exhale, round your spine, chin to chest. Doing some cat-cows. Inhale. Exhale. Navel to spine. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. And round your spine. Exhale. Come back to a neutral spine. Now we are going to keep the left hand planted on the mat. We're going to take the right hand, drawing it across the inside of the left arm and the chest, and lifting it all the way up to the ceiling. And on an exhale, we're going to thread the arm through the left. Inhale, rise back up, arm overhead. Exhale, thread the arm through. Inhale, arm up. Exhale, arm through. And if you can rest your head on the mat, go ahead and do that for an additional stretch. One more time. Inhale. And exhale, thread your arm through. And then back up to tabletop. Let's do that on the other side. Taking the left hand, drawing it across the inside of the right arm, across the chest, and all the way up to the ceiling. And on an exhale, threading it through. Placing your left ear on the mat if you can. Inhale, arm all the way up. Exhale, thread it through. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, thread your arm through. One more time. Inhale, arm all the way up. And exhale, thread your arm through. All right, great job. Placing both hands back on the mat. Extend your hands out in front of you, curling your toes under, and lifting yourself up to downward facing dog. Go ahead and pedal your feet, making sure to press your fingers into the mat, your navel in and up, and then come to stillness. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, blow out through your mouth. Again, inhale through your nose. Exhale, blow out through your mouth. Now drop your left heel, lift your right leg all the way up, bend your knee, shift forward, step your right foot up, lowering your left knee and pressing the top of your left foot into the mat, opening up your chest and getting a good stretch in that left leg. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Now plant your hands on the mat, lifting your left knee. Now we're going to step our right toes back into a plank position. Now if this is too much for you, you can lower your knees into half plank. But if you feel up for a little extra, go ahead and lift your knees up to full plank. making sure to press your hands into the mat. Looking down. Now we're going to shift on our toes just a little bit and lower all the way down to our belly the best you can. Pressing the tops of your feet into the mat, pressing your hands into the mat. On an inhale, rise up to cobra. And on an exhale, release. Curl your toes under, lift your kneecaps up, inhale. And on an exhale, press up to plank or half plank. Inhale. And on an exhale, hips up high and back, downward facing dog. Good job. We're adding on a little bit. You're beginning to build strength with each practice. Come into stillness. Inhale through the nose. Blow out through the mouth. Again, inhale through the nose. Blow out through the mouth. Now drop your right heel. Lift your left leg up, bend your knee, shift forward, step your left foot up onto the mat, lower your right knee, pressing the top of your right foot into the mat, and open your chest. You can also take this time to practice the Ujjayi breath we learned in the last practice. Inhale, and a long exhale. Now plant your hands, lift your right knee up, step your left foot back to meet the right, pressing your fingertips into the mat, making sure you have an extended spine. Shift forward on your toes, lower all the way to your belly, pressing the tops of your feet into the mat, pressing your hands into the mat. On an inhale, rise up to cobra. And on an exhale, release. Curl your toes, lifting your kneecaps. Inhale. And on an exhale, press up to plank or half plank. Inhale. Exhale, hips up high and back, downward facing dog. Nice job. Pedal it out. And then bend both of your knees, look forward, and step to the top of the mat with your feet hip width apart. Allowing the top of your head to hang over your mat. Maybe rock a little front and back, noticing the weight of your toes and your heels in the mat. Balancing out your weight. Paying attention to the sound of your breath. And accepting where you are today. Make sure you have a slight bend in your knees. And on your next inhale, let's rise up to flat back position, extending the crown of our head forward. And on an exhale, release your hands to the mat. On your next inhale, rise all the way up, hands over your head, palms together, and down at your heart, Anjali Mudra. Feel the rise and fall of your chest as you inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, bring your hands down to come up. And then grab your left wrist with your right hand and bend over to the right side, getting a good stretch in your left side body. Inhale and exhale, come back to center, switching, grabbing your right wrist with your left hand. Inhale, and on an exhale, bending over towards the left side and getting a good stretch in your right side body. Shining your heart towards the ceiling for a little bit of an extra stretch. And then on an exhale, release, bringing your hands down by your side. Now we're going to work on a little balancing. We're going to place our feet together, hands at your waist, and begin to first just peel your right heel up. And now we're going to just lift our knee up and down. While we do this, you want to make sure you're engaging your core And maybe find a place in front of you as a focal point. This will help with your balance as well. And then place your foot on the inside of your left calf, or you can grab your heel and lift it up towards the inside of your thigh. You can bring your hands together at your heart, remembering to breathe. And then release your right foot down. Let's do that on the other side. Hands on your waist, lifting your left heel, and just begin to lift and lower. Core engaged, finding that focal point in front of you. Now take your left foot and press it into the calf of your right leg. Or if you want to challenge yourself, you can bring it up, pressing it in to the inside of your right leg. And if you fall, I'm here to catch you. Some days you'll notice that your balance is just better than other days. Making sure to engage your core, hands at your heart, and breathe. All right, go ahead and release your left foot to the mat. Now extend your feet out a little bit past your hips, and we're going to begin to sway to the right and to the left with our hands loose, our arms loose, excuse me. Back and forth, getting some energy flowing, some movement in the spine, allowing your nose to follow your arms. Begin to pick up the pace a little bit faster. Allow your breath to follow your movement. Maybe develop a pattern with your breath as you move from side to side. Pick up the pace a little bit more. All right, nice job. Let's go ahead and just allow our movement to slow down. Coming back to center. Now we're going to draw our body all the way down into a squat. Placing your hands in front of you. Maybe your hands can be at your heart and your elbows pressing into your thighs. This is a great time to use a block if this is a little too much for you. Remembering to breathe. Nice job. Now go ahead and place your hands behind you, coming in to a seated position, drawing your left heel in towards your body, extending your right leg out, turning your body to face your right toes, lifting your arms up, a slight bend in your leg or a generous bend, and leaning forward, chest forward. Grab onto your foot or your calf, and then nose into your knee, rounding your spine. Remembering to breathe. Remembering to accept where you are today. Inhale. On your exhale, roll it up and switch legs. Drawing your right heel in, extending your left leg. Pulling your leg into your hip socket with a slight or generous bend in your knee, lifting your arms up over your head and folding all the way towards your foot, grabbing your foot or your calf, and then rounding in towards your knee, getting a good stretch in that hamstring and in the right side body. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale deep. And a long exhale out. One more time, inhale. And exhale, release, rolling all the way up. Now we're going to come to lie down flat on our mat, hugging our knees into our chest and maybe rocking back and forth to give ourselves a nice massage on our lower back. You're doing a great job. Now, go ahead and lift your feet up towards the ceiling so your knees are still bent. See if you can grab onto the outer or inner arches of the foot and pressing your feet down, getting a nice stretch in that hip area, pressing your feet into your hand and kind of having some resistance in your hand and your feet. You might even feel a bit of a shake energy, prana, as you do this. Now, if this is too much for you, you can place your feet on the mat, opening up your knees, pressing the soles of your feet together for a reclined Baddha Konasana or a reclined cobbler's pose. So either one that feels the best to your body, go ahead and do that and start really taking some deep breaths in and out. Feeling that shake, that energy moving through your body, but also accepting where you are today. Being thankful for where you are today. Nice. Go ahead and release your feet to your mat, placing your feet on the outer edges of your mat and bringing your knees in for a good counter stretch in your hips. Go ahead and place your hands on your belly and begin to feel the rise and fall of your belly as you breathe in and you breathe out. Gently being kind to your body, the thoughts about your body, the abilities of your body. One more deep inhale. One more long exhale. Now extend your legs out long and your arms by your side with your palms facing up. Close your eyes and prepare for Shavasana. Allow the body to become heavy, fully supported by the mat. There is nothing you need to do now, nothing to figure out, nothing to fix. If the mind wanders to plans or timelines or how you thought life would look by now, gently let those thoughts pass. Rest in this moment just as it is. You are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly where you are meant to be right now. Let that knowing soften the body and quiet the breath. Stay here, resting in acceptance until you're ready to slowly return. Go ahead and roll over to one side, pressing yourself up into a seated position. Thank you for joining me today in day 4. I look forward to seeing you back for day 5. Bring your palms together at your chest and up to your third eye. Accept where you are today. Namaste.